Rates are dropping. If you're a buyer thinking about purchasing a home anytime in 2026 and maybe even into 2027, you need to get off the fence. You need to get your pre approval going. You need to find yourself an agent and get out there and purchase a home today. Hey, I'm Justin Bringus with the Bringus Home Team. And if you haven't been reading the news, the current administration just instructed Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to purchase up to $200 billion, that's with a B, of mortgage-backed security bonds. The last time the government bought mortgage-backed security bonds was during the COVID era. They were purchasing $80 billion a month. And we remember what happened to interest rates back then. They dropped down to 2 and 3%. Now, just the word of this news has already allowed interest rates to drop almost 0.25%. Conventional loans are now below 6% and a high fives, about 5.9, and FHA and VA loans are in about a 5.4 to 5.5% interest rate. Now, keep in mind, interest rates do change daily, so these can go up, they can come back down. But what's important for you guys to know is right now it is a buyer's market. You are able to negotiate numbers or cost off of the list price of the home. You're able to get closing costs covered. You're able to get repairs made. There's not a lot of competition. And if you wait for interest rates to drop, buyers are going to rush back to the market. It's going to create this overnight demand. And if you were trying to purchase a home a few years ago, you might remember how crazy it got and how many offers there were per listing, how many people were making offers per home that was available on the market, and what buyers were doing to land these homes. They were writing $50,000, $100,000 over. Your chance in the next couple of months of getting closing costs covered, of getting closing cost credits, of negotiating off the list price, that is going to be wiped out. It is going to come down to the buyer who's willing to pay the most money, which means prices are going to skyrocket. We expect to see interest rates drop about 1%. FHA, VA loans, we're hoping to see about the mid fours. And conventional mortgage, we're hoping to see in the high fours. If this happens, which we expect it to, expect prices to skyrocket. So doesn't it make better sense to buy a home now, negotiate your closing costs, negotiate repairs, maybe get a few bucks off or a few $1,000s off the list price. Take that slightly higher interest rate for a few months, and when rates drop, refinance. You can't refinance the price. You can refinance the rate. Now you've got the lower price that you paid for the home. Now you've got the lower interest rate. Now you've got the lower payment, and you've locked into overnight equity. You've appreciated that home probably 10 to 20%. And for those of you that are very close on your ratios, meaning that you're approved to a certain amount and you really can't go any higher, this is especially to you your time to act. Because the longer you wait, the more likely you are going to be priced out of the market. And within the next few months, you're not even going to be able to buy a home. Sellers, you might be thinking right now, well, look, man, if prices go up 10 to 20%, my house goes up 10 to 20%. Correct. The delta remains the same, but maybe not. 10% on a $700,000 house is 140, or excuse me, 10% is 70,000, 20% is 140. 10% on 800, 10% on 900 is 90,000, 20% is 180. So if I'm looking at a $700,000 house to sell, okay, it goes up 140, best world case scenario. But the $900,000 house I want to buy goes up 180. I've increased my delta 40,000. Not only that, you're going to be contingent, which means you have to sell the home in order to buy the next home. There are going to be buyers out there that are non-contingent that are going to smoke you. Why would a seller take a contingent offer when they're going to have non-contingent buyers? There's only one reason, because you're willing to pay more, which means the price even goes higher for you. There are things we can do now to sell your home, cash you out, and allow you to remain in your home while you're searching for the next home. You can actually close escrow and stay in your house for a period of time. A good agent knows how to negotiate that for you. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home this year, especially buying, this is the time for you to act. This is the time for you to stop thinking about it, sit down with an agent, have a consultation, put a plan together, speak to a lender, get your pre-approval going, because within the next few months, the market is going to be completely different. It's going to be wild, and it's going to be so much harder for you to get a great deal on a home. You're simply going to have to pay more. I'm Justin Brinkus with the Brinkus Home Team. Thanks for stopping by.